Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. And we got the New York Mets taking on the Milwaukee Brewers in a 3-game series in the post-1961 Apba League. Leading off for the New York Mets playing center field Mazzelli, batting second playing short Reyes, batting third playing first base Hernandez, batting fourth playing right field Strawberry, batting fifth doing the catching Hudley, batting sixth playing left field is Gilkey, batting seventh playing third base is Alfonso, batting eighth playing second base is Backman, and batting ninth and doing the pitching is Tom Seaver. And for the hometown Milwaukee Brewers, leading off batting second Vina, batting second playing short Yount, batting third playing third Molidor, batting fourth playing first base Fielder, batting fifth playing right field Yelich, batting sixth playing left field Braun, batting seventh playing center field Ogilvy, batting eighth doing the catching is Nielsen, and on the mound batting ninth is Sheets. Let's get down here to Milwaukee and get this game started. And Aaron Reed joins us here this afternoon. You see the team comparison. The Mets are 4-4 with 30 runs, 10 homers, 6 stolen bases and been caught twice. The Brewers are 6-2, 54 runs, 14 homers, no stolen bases, and haven't been caught. And Lee is starting off the game with a .276 batting average with 1 homer and 4 RBIs. And this has been Sheets' second appearance. He's 1-0 with a no ERA. Here's to pitch the Lee. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Braun for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the first. And next up is Reyes. And Reyes is batting .281. He's got a homer and 1 RBI. And that's just going to be a ground ball down to Paul at third. He fires across the fielder for out number 2. That brings up Hernandez. And keeps batting .200 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's another ground ball down the third. An easy 1-2-3 inning here for the Brewers. So we go to the bottom of the first. The Brewers will send up Vina, Yount, and Molitor. And Vina is batting .136. He's got no homers and 2 RBIs. This is Tom Seaver's second game. He's 0-1 with a 9 ERA. And here's the pitch to Vina. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Backman. He tosses it over to Keith for out number 1. And Parallel League joins us here. And Rockin' Robin Yount's up batting .314. 3 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be against righty at 21. That's going to be a ground ball back to Tom. He throws over to Hernandez for 2 outs. That brings up Paul Molidor, leading the National League with a .457 batting average with 3 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's a ground ball down the short, and that'll be an easy 1-2-3 bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second. No score here in Milwaukee. You've got Strawberry, Henley, and Gilkey due up. And Darrell's batting .143 off to a slow start with 1 homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Sheets strikes him out for out number 1, his first strikeout of the game. And Mr. Todd Henley comes up, and Todd's batting .071 off to a very slow start with 1 hit out of 14 at bats, no homers and no RBI. And that's not going to get the job done. That's a ground ball down the second, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the top of the second. And Mr. Gilkey comes up batting 154 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty 16, and that's going to be an infield hit. Gilkey gets aboard here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Sure. Nelson's arm's terrible. A -4. He's going to take off and run here, folks. They're probably going to run wild on Nelson. That's going to be a 56 or lower. And he's in there with a stolen base. Gets in scoring position here for Alfonso. And now with a runner down at second and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Alfonso, batting .077 with no homers and no RBIs. That's going to be a ground ball down the second, over to first, and that ends the inning. The Mets strand 1. To the bottom of the second we go. We got the Prince up, fielder Christian Yelich and Mr. Braun. And fielder batting .200 with a homer and 4 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball back to SEAVER. He's been busy. Is I think the third, maybe the fourth ground ball back to the mound. Let's check that out. There's been quite a few of them hit back to him, that's it for sure. And Advocate 8 joins us here. Let's take a look. How many ground balls is that? Heck, that's only 2. I thought it was 3. So now you got Christian up and Mr. Yelich batting .318 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs off to a good start. And he continues because that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. The Brewers are on top 1-0. As Christian hits his 3rd homer and 7th RBI. The Brewers take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. And Ryan Braun comes up batting .297 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this, and he's going to yank that ball in the left field, turns on it, it's down the line, and that's going to be a 1-out double. And all of a sudden, Terrific's not looking that great out there, folks. Got a runner down at second, already down 1-0. Only 1 out for Ben Ogilvie. Ogilvie's struggling, though. He is 2 for 22 with an .091 average, no homers, and 1 RBI. And that's going to be against the righty, a 19 and a 9. And that's going to be another ground ball down the first. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And he's going to toss it over to Tom covering. The runner will get down the third, though, with 2 outs. And let's see here. If Mr. Nielsen can do something here. Dave is batting .222 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty, a 16. And that is going to be a ground ball down the third. Actually, that's going to be a pop-up down the third. And that'll end the inning. But the Brewers on the homer take a 1-0 lead as we get to the top of the third. And you got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Mets. You got Backman, then SEAVER, and back to Lee Mazzelli. And Wally World's up. Wally Backman, .214 with a homer and no RBI. No homers and no RBIs, rather. That's a swing and a miss. Backman strikes out. Second strikeout for Sheets. And Mr. Tom Terrific's up, and he's 0 for 2 on the year. And that's going to be another back-to-back strikeouts. Ben, all of a sudden, reminding everybody of Linda Ronstadt. He's throwing nothing but blue bayous. You can see the Brewers' upcoming schedule. They got 2 more games here against the Mets. Then they go on the road to take on the Nationals. And Lee's 0 for 1. He flew out. Can Ben strike the side out here, folks? And nope, that's going to be a lazy fly ball out to Braun and left. but the Mets do go down in order. And at the end of the top of the third, it is still a 1-0 ball game. And Ben Sheets will lead it off here for the Brew Crew. And Vina and Yount to follow. And Ben's 0 for 4 this year. And that's going to be 0 for 5 as that's a swing and a miss. And Tom gets his first strikeout of the game. And Vina comes up now. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Reyes is going to fumble, bumble, and stumble his way into an E6. And Vina is going to get aboard here with 1 out. And Robin Yount's up now. And Robin is 0 for 1. He has grounded out his first time up. And he gets a hold of this, folks. Where's this one going to end up at? And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. Let's see here if he can score on the double. A 1-out double. Let's see here. That'll be a 42 minus a 35. $24 the score. And then you got Paul up next. And they're going to hold him. That's just going to be a double. They're not going to test Strawberry's arm. Not with 1 out and the heart of the lineup coming up. No need to chance it. Paul Molitor, the National League's leading batting average, coming up here. So second and third, only 1 out. And they were up 1-0. Let's see what Molitor can do. Paul's 0 for 1. He grounded out. The Mets are going to play back. It's early yet. And here's the pitch to Paul. And that's going to be against the righty. It'll be a 18 and a, was it 11? 18 and 11. And that's going to be a single in the right field. That'll definitely score 1. Can they score 2? That is the question. A single in the right field. And that'll be a 41 minus a 35, 16, 22. And Rockin' Robin's going to stop down at second. So that's going to be an RBI single. Again, they're not going to test Strawberry's arm. He's got a hell of an arm out there. So now it's first and third. Still only 1 out. And here comes the big boy, Prince Fielder. And the Brewers are up 2-0. 1 down here. Yount at third. Molitor at first. Fielder's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. And let's see here. With an out, that'll be a 59. And Yount should score with no throw, but we'll make sure. They should throw the ball in there and keep the force play at second. Be down 3-0. What is that? That'll be a yeah, they won't even make a throw. So that'll be a sacrifice fly by Fielder. And it is now a 3-0 ball game. Runner on first, 2 outs. And Christian Yelich comes up, and he's already homered in this game, folks. He's 1 for 1. He homered back in the second to give the Brewers at the time a 1-0 lead. Can he deliver again here? And he does, folks. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go? That is the question. Kiss it goodbye. Christian Yelich having one hell of a game here against Tom Terrific as this homered and busted this game wide open. It is 5-0 MILWAUKEE. And it is 4-0 Mr. Christian Yelich. He is driving in some runs today, folks. And that brings up Braun now, and he doubled his first time up 2 outs and nobody on after the homer. Here's the pitch to Ryan. And he gets a hold of this one. He blasts out in the right field, and they're going out to talk to Tom Terrific. They're going to get somebody up in the bullpen here. It's going to be either Roscoe or Frank Cone probably getting up here. Got the lefties coming up. So now you got Ben Ogilvy at the plate. And Mr. Ogilvy is 0 for 1. He grounded out. It's now a 5-0 ball game. Runner down at second. And that's going to be against the righty. 15, that's a 10. And a 10 and a 19. And that's going to be a fly ball. Strawberry back near the track, near the wall, makes the catch. But 4-run score, 2 of them on the homer. And it is 5-0 Milwaukee. We go to the top of the 4th. You got Reyes, Hernandez, and Strawberry due up here. Reyes 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And he gets a hold of this, folks. Drives that ball into the gap out in left field. Braun doesn't play it well, bounces around, and he's headed for third. That brown-eyed, handsome man's got himself a lead on triple. So Reyes down at third, nobody out. The Brewers with a 5-run lead will play back. And Keith Hernandez 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Ben Sheets doesn't like having a 5-0 lead, apparently. And now Darryl Strawberry comes to the plate. You got runners on the corners and still nobody out. One swing in the back can make this a ball game again. Strawberry did strike out his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty, a 40 infield. That'll be a 6, 7, 11, 28, 31. That'll be fielding column 2. Wild pitch, runner scores other. The second F. Runner goes to third. Wild pitch. So that's going to be a wild pitch by Sheets. So F runner goes to third. So let's look here. Is he an F runner? Nope. So he'll stop at second. So that's a wild pitch, scores a run. Gets rid of the double play chance. Now you got a runner at second. And nobody out. And a 1-0 pitch coming to Strawberry here. And he gets a hold of this, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone. Kiss it goodbye. Darryl Strawberry has just made a game out of it. It is now 5-3. And still nobody out here in the fourth. Ben Sheets didn't like having a 5-0 lead. And Todd Henley comes up. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And then Ben Sheets bounces back, gets the strikeout after the homer for out number 1. And Bernard Gilkey now. Bernard, he's 1 for 1. He has a single and a stolen base. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Braun's out there, a 52 and a 3. And that is going to be barely fielding column 1. That's a nice play out there by Ryan. Makes the catch for out number 2. A little tip of the cap there by Sheets. Braun just saved a base hit for him. And old Fonzie's up. Alfonso's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a chopper out in front of the plate. 31 and a 6. Catcher. And that's going to be barely fielding column 2. And he can't handle it. That's going to be an E2. And the inning stays alive. And the Brewers are just finding ways to screw the pooch here. Tom SEAVER is going to stay in the game now with a 5-3 game. He'll stay in here, only down by 2. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Yelich makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. But 3 runs scored, 2 of them on the homer by Strawberry. They cut the lead to 2. And we got Nelson due up here. And Nelson followed by Sheets. And then back to top of the order here. And Dave's 0 for 1. He popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And he is going to screw the pooch again, folks. Reyes with his second error of the game. And Dave's down there safely. And that's going to bring Sheets up. And he's going to try to sacrifice him down the second here. He's 0 for 1 on the day. And that's a nice bunt. Beautifully placed down the first baseline. Keith gets it. Only play will be over the first with Backman covering. And the runner gets down the second here with a 1 out. Back to the top of the order. And Vina's up now. And Vina's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error and came around the score back in the third. And that's going to be 13. And that's going to be a ground ball down the, nope, that's going to be a pop up down the third. And Alfonso makes the catch for out number 2. And that brings up Robin Yount now with a runner in scoring position. Brewers up by 2, trying to get the insurance run here. Robin's 1 for 2. He doubled and came around the scores last time up. And that's going to be 8 and 11. And that is going to be a base hit in the center field. And let's see here. Dave does not have very great speed. Even with 2 outs, can he score here on this single? That'll be a 3. That'll be a 60. And Lee has a terrible arm. He's going to score easily. So that's an RBI single by Rockin' Robin Yount. And that gets one of those 3 runs back. And it's now a 6-3 ball game. And Robin down at first. And Paul Molitor comes to the plate. F. And Paul Molitor is 1 for 2. He had an RBI single his last time up and came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And a 41. He's going to go the short way over the second. That'll be a 5-4 put out. But 1 run scores on Rockin' Robin single. And it is now a 6-3 ball game as we go to the top of the 5th. You got SEAVER due up, followed by Mazzelli and Reyes. And Tom's 0 for 1. He struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball. No, that might be a base hit. That's going to be a base hit because we don't need no stinking DH. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. Sorry, yeah, in the right field. No, in the left field. So Mr. SEAVER's aboard here. And Lee Mazzelli comes to the plate. And Lee's 0 for 2. He's flown out the left both times. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Lee strikes out for out number 1. And now Reyes with 2 costly errors. But he's 1 for 2. He tripled his last time up and came around the score. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Ben's on a roll now. After giving up that single to SEAVER, he struck out the next 2 batters. That's his 6th strikeout of the game. Here comes Keith Hernandez. He is 0 for 1 on the year. And Keith doesn't strike out much. Can he get the side out on strikeouts? And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 23 and a 4. And that'll be fielding column 1. And that's a nice play down the third by Paul. He's up with it. Dives near the line, picks it up, fires over to first, and that'll do it. SEAVER goes nowhere after the leadoff single. Mets strand him at first. We go to the bottom of the 5th in a 6-3 ball game. And you can see the Mets have scored 30 runs on 10 homers, 6 stolen bases and been caught twice. The Brewers, with 54 runs, scored 14 homers and haven't stolen a base or been caught. Check out Legend Sports Universe as he joins us. He did a game earlier today. Hopefully he says he's going to try to get a game done tonight, folks. So check out that great channel. And Prince Fielder's up. He had to sacrifice flies last time up. He's 0 for 1. And he gets a hold of this. Tom Terrific's in trouble here already, and that's a lead-off double by Fielder. Already down by 3. That gets the bullpen back up in a hurry. And here's the man. He has had Tom's number. He is 2 for 2 today with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. Prince down there in scoring position. Here's the pitch to Christian. And that's going to be a base on balls. Might not have been a bad decision to walk him there. So now you got first and second, still nobody out. And this is going to be Tom's last batter one way or the other. The lefties are ready down there in the bullpen. Ryan Braun is 2 for 2. He's hit 2 doubles. As Paul joins us here, FAC Sports Deck. Nice to see you, Paul. And Clinton Parks joins us here. Yeah, Mets have forgotten to show up is right. Tom Seaver's not Mr. Terrific today. Here's the pitch to Braun. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Braun out. But like I say, regardless, with the lefties coming up, that's it for Mr. Seaver. He's coming out of the game. Let's see, are we going to bring in Roscoe or Franco? One of the Co's. Is it going to be John or Jesse? Let's see here. I think it's going to be old Jesse's coming in. Jesse or Roscoe is going to come in here. Pitch to these lefties. So Jesse or Roscoe comes in with runners on first and second and 1 out. This is Jesse's 3rd appearance. He does have a save. And no ERA. He's got Ben Ogilvy up. Ben's 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be against the lefty at 25. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Prince with his speed's not going nowhere. And that's out number 2. And David comes up. Dave's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error his last time up and came around to score. Ken Castro joins us here. Having all the great luminaries. And that ball is squared up. And Jesse just screwed the pooch here and grooved one. And that's going to be a double into left field, right field with 2 outs. Kristen Yelich with his speed should be able to score here from first. That will be a 51. 51. Minus a 35 plus an 18. Yep, he's going to score. Well, 65 or 66. Yelich is out. 65 or 66. And just gets in on a 63. Nice play by Strawberry out there. But that's an RBI, 2 RBI double for Dave. And just like that, this game is blown open again, folks. It is now 8-3, back to a 5-run lead and runner down at second as Jesse couldn't get the job done. And now Ben Sheets comes up, and Ben's 0 for 1 today. He did have a sacrifice bunt his last time up. And here's the pitch to Sheets. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Darrell. And that'll make the catch. But 2 more runs score on the double. And that'll end the inning. And we go to the top of the 6th in an 8-3 ball game. And speaking of Strawberry, he'll lead off the top of the 6th. You got Strawberry, Hunley, and Gilkey. Darrell's 1 for 2. He did hit a 2-run homer that made this game a 5-3 game at the time. Here's the pitch to Strawberry. And that's going to be a base on balls. Sheets doesn't want to walk people. He don't like having a big lead, folks. So Sheets walks Strawberry down the first. And Todd Henley comes up, and Todd's 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first, 23-3. And that'll be, might be the old 3-6-3 double play. But he's able to beat the throw, so that'll be just the old 3-6. Todd's able to beat the throw down there. Coming out that left-handed batter's box, he beats the throw, just beats it. So now there's 1 out, and Bernard's up. And Bernard's 1 for 2 with a stolen base. And that's a tailor-made double play down to Vina. He fires over the Rockin' Robin. Over the fielder. 4-6-3 double play. Gets him out of the inning. To the bottom of the 6th we go in an 8-3 ball game. We got the top of the order due up here against Jesse. Vina, Yount, and Molador. And Vina's 0 for 3. He did score that once, though. And that's going to be a chopper out in front of the plate. Todd's going to make a nice play. Throw down the first on the Baltimore chomp. That'll be out number 1. Robin Yount's up now. And Robin's having a nice game. 2 for 3. He's got an RBI single. He scored when he doubled. Nice job so far by Yount. And that's going to be against the lefty. 19. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Strawberry for out number 2. And that brings up Paul Molador now. And he's 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 43-5. And that's a nice play down there by Fonzie. Alfonso's up with it. Fires over to first. And that's a 1-2-3-6. To the top of the 7th we go. You got Alfonso due up. Followed by Backman and a pitch hitter for Jesse. And Fonzie's 0 for 2 after making that great play. He did reach on an error his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty. It'll be a 15, and that's going to be a single. So Alfonso gets aboard here with a leadoff single. Let's see who's going to deliver here. Can Backman do the job? Wally's 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Sheet strikes him out for the 2nd time today. Now let's see who's going to come off the bench here and pitch it for a Roscoe. Against the righty. All their lefties are in the game. They got the switch hitting Bud Harrelson. So Bud's going to come off the bench here. See if he can get on board. It was a hell of a game too, legends. Hell of a game. Got to watch it the whole way through, guys. Crazy ending. Crazy ending. And where's Mr. Bud? Bud. This Bud's for you. And Bud's 0 for 1 on the year. Got a runner down at first, 1 out, trailing by 5. Here's the pitch to Bud. And that's going to be against the righty, 14. And that's going to be back-to-back infield hits as Bud gets aboard here. And all of a sudden, the Mets are making some noise in the 7th inning. And that's going to get the bullpen up here for the Brew Crew. And we're back to the top of the order here. And you got all these lefties coming up. They got a lefty in the bullpen. They sure do. And you got one lefty in the bullpen. Josh Hader's out there. He's going to warm up here. Josh is going to warm up. The switch hitting Lee will bat here with first and second. See what happens here. This could be Ben Sheets' last batter, folks. First and second, Lee Mazzelli is up. He's 0 for 3. He has flown out twice and struck out. And that's a tailor-made double play ball right down the vena. Just what Sheets needed. The good doctors straighten out the right prescriptions for him because that's a 4-6-3 double play. And Ben gets out of this. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 8-3 Milwaukee. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen here. I don't think they got another lefty. Yeah, I think that was their last lefty. Oh, no, they got Frank Kona. So John's going to come out. They're going to burn both lefties here. Because you got Fielder and Christian due up. So John's going to come out of the bullpen. Try to keep this a 5-run game. And where's Mr. John at? There's old John. So John's going to come in the game. Try to keep it a 5-run game. And this is his 3rd appearance of the year. No record with a 5.4 ERA. He's got Fielder, Christian, and Braun due up. So Prince is 1 for 2 with an RBI sacrifice fly. He doubled his last time up and came around the score. Here's the pitch to Prince. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. John gets his first victim here by the way of a strikeout. And Christian comes to the plate. He's a perfect 2 for 2 with 2 homers. And they walked him his last time up. And he came around the score back in the 5th. Can Christian keep this game going? And that's going to be an infield hit, I believe, against the lefty. 28. Yep, and that is an infield hit. So Christian beats out the grounder down the second. And he's a perfect 3 for 3 today, folks. That brings up Ryan Braun. The runner down at first already up by 5. And Braun's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. He did strike out his last time up, though. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 12 and a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Strawberry for out number 2. Nice play out there by Darrell to take a base hit away from Ryan. And that brings up Ben Ogilvie. Ogilvie's 0 for 3. He's flown out twice to Darrell and grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bernard. Bernard waits for it, makes the catch. And the Brewers strand 1. We go to the top of the 8th. It's 8-3 Milwaukee. We're at the top of the order here with Reyes, Hernandez, and Strawberry down by 5. They got to make some noise here, I would think, in the 8th. They'd like to see Ben get through this inning. That's for sure. He's due up second, but there'll be a quick hook. They might even do a Yeah, I think they're going to. I think they're going to do a double switch here. Cooper's going to come in for defensive purposes at first, and Josh Hader is going to come in to pitch to these lefties. That's what's going to happen here. So Josh will come in and bat in Ben Ogilvy's spot. And like I say, Cooper and batting the 9 spot. That's right, fielder's playing first. Oh, we're not going to bring in Cooper then. Ben's we'll put Christian in there. That's what we'll do. So Sheets is coming out. Ogilvy will be coming out. And Mr. Harder. And Gorman, where's Gorman at? And there's Gorman. And we'll turn old Reyes around, make him bat from the right side. This is Josh's 3rd appearance. He's 1-0 with no ERA. He'll be facing Reyes, Hernandez, and Strawberry. And Reyes is 1 for 3 with a triple. And that's going to be 6. That's going to be a ground ball down the Rockin' Robin. Outs up with it. Fires over the fielder for out number 1. And Keith Hernandez is up now. And Keith is 0 for 2. He walked, came around the score in the 4th. And that's going to be another. That's going to be another ground ball. This one down the 2nd. So 2 quick outs here by Josh. That brings up Strawberry. He's hit 1 homer in this game, folks. He's 1 for 2 with a 2-run shot. And here's the pitch. Do we want to pitch hit for Strawberry? That will be the question. Do we want to pitch hit for Strawberry against the lefty? Tommy Agee, do they want to do that? And I believe they are. Tommy's going to come out and pitch hit for Strawberry. So that's it for Strawberry. Tommy will come in and play right field. So even though he's homered in this game, they're going to bring in Tommy, see what he can do here. And Tommy is batting 143 on the year. He does have a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Vina. And that'll end the inning. We're going to go to the bottom of the 8th in an 8-3 ball game. And like I say, Tommy will stay in the game and play right field. And let's see here, where's old Tommy at? Like I say, he'll stay in and play right field. And John, let's see here. You got the lefty due up, Gorman due up, and another lefty. So John's going to stay in the game here. Try to keep this a 5-run game. And Dave's 1 for 3. He does have an RBI, 2 RBI double his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball to Reyes. And that's Reyes' 3rd error of the game, folks. Another E6. 3 errors. My Jose, he is trying to screw the pooch on this team. He might be one of the best fielding shortstops for the Brewers. So that's his third error. And that brings up Gorman. Gorman is batting 167. He came in on the double switch, no homers and 3 RBIs. And that is going to be a swing and a miss. John says you can't trust the damn defense. You just Vina is 0 for 4. He has grounded out twice, popped up and reached on an error and came around the score. And that's a tailor-made double play down to Backman. Backman's up with it over to Reyes. He doesn't screw this one up. Fires over to Keith. 4-6-3 double play. And then you got Gilkey and Alfonso. Todd is 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be 0 for 4. That's a ground ball down the short. Robin fields it cleanly over to Prince for out number 1. Out number 2. And the Mets are down to their last out here, folks. It's up to Fonzie. Alfonso, can he deliver here with 2 outs, nobody on? He did single his last time up. And that's going to be and that's your ball game, folks. The Brewers win this game 8-3. Let's take a look here at the box score. As Tom Terrific was anything but terrific. And what's this? That's Reyes making 3 errors in the game. Yeah, that's what that star is. Jose screwing the pooch. So hit game. They were 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position, and they left 4 men on base. Robin Yount was 2 for 4, and Christian Yelich 3 for 3 with 2 homers in the game, folks, and 3 RBIs. The Brewers were 3 for 10. Was drops to 0-2, 4 1/3, 8 hits, 8 runs, but only 3 of them earned, folks. His defense definitely left him down. He didn't do much better, though, himself with 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 2 homers. Give the bullpen credit. Game picks up his second win. 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 7, gave up a homer. Josh comes in, 2 innings, did his job, kept the game where it was. Let's now go to the after the loss. The Nationals are 2 games back. Phillies 2.5 and the Marlins 3.5. And with the win, the Brewers are now a game up on the Pirates. Cardinals are a game and a half back. The Cubbies and Reds 2 games back. And the Astros 3.5. And out west, the Giants have a 2.5 game lead over LA. And old Ralph Garr takes over the batting league in the National League. Ralph up to 448. And you got Bonds and Sosa with 7 homers, and Jeff Bagwell still up there. Wins. And you got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pitchers with 3 saves in the National League. And Jeff Bagwell's leading in the MVP voting. And Juan Marichal is leading in the Cy Young. The next and it's going to be Al Leiter going up against Pete Vukovich. Interesting matchup. The lefty going up against the righty. Stopping in the day. Aaron Reed was the first one in. Check out his channel also. Like I say, hopefully Legend says it gets off work early enough to have a game on around 10:30, folks. It'll be the Yankees and the Twins game number 2. So look for that. Button and that bell. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.